So this segment
making sure we're
is
keeping it
about
up.
neurodiversity in the workplace, and obviously we've all got our own different personal experiences with that. Obviously, I come across it. I do it from the other point of view, where I'm helping neurodivergent people more than necessarily living it. But I'd like to just ask you both about, well, in turn, about your experiences being neurodivergent in the workplace, from you both, your unique, like sort of personal snapshots of how that looks in your life. I think last time we kind of did this, I started with Shez, so this time I'm going to actually start with Miles, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, of course.
And just talk about how that's been.
What work is like from the POV of somebody that's neurodiverse?
For you.
Yeah, sure. Right, for me specifically.
Yeah.
So, I mean, up until recently, this was actually my second job because I've been working at the hip store in Leeds. And again, when I think of what work has looked like, I'm very grateful for my time at Hip Leeds to sort of stepping stone me back into a job as, like I mentioned before, as meaningful as this one. So, but even still in that, it's retail and it's a lot of speaking to a lot of people. On weekends, it's a lot busier. So the sort of almost the like socially taxing strain of being around so many people is quite, taxing is the word. It takes that bit out of you. But thankfully, both there and here with Stride as well, I'm in a place where it's not too much to say, oh, actually, I maybe just need a minute, or this is just a bit much right now. So I've been very, very lucky to have that across the board. Obviously now that like my position at Stride is like my only position now. They get to the point, I mean, even the other day we were mind mapping the sort of timeline and what we wanted to do and bring to the socials and to best represent Stride, blah, 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 blah. And even with that, got to the point that yada, yada, yada. Even got to the point of the day when I said, right, we've achieved a lot there. I need to go home, like, because there's it's almost like there's a finite amount of space per day. Yeah,
and I think that within Stride we have tried to, in particular, with our neurodivergent staff, where we have had to, I suppose, level the playing field a little bit. I think we've been quite good where I've been like, that's fine. Oh, 15 minutes late for work today, Miles. That's fine. Like, don't worry.
Yeah.
And that's not just for our neurodivergent staff, by the way. That's across the board.
Yeah, of course.
People are people. You don't have to explain.
I feel targeted right now.
Your life. No, like
He's never on time.
I feel targeted because a while ago I ended up sleeping in, and was an hour late to work.
Yeah, but how was we with you about that?
Yeah, you was very, he was like, oh, don't worry about it. But now I feel targeted. It's like, don't worry, I'm late. Thanks.
We spoke about this before you came in here, that maybe there's some sort of set notions set by just like society as to why you feel like that.
Well, yeah, because one of my old jobs, I was I think I was 5 minutes late, and my boss was like, why wasn't you here on time? And was like, you need to be on time. No, I had to get buses to work then, so it was like a bus delay.
Yeah.
So
and
I was 5 minutes late, and I was like,
and this is why I'm so glad that.
And this is why I panic about being on time and places. So when that day I'd slept in.
Yeah.
Because my alarm hadn't set an alarm. I'd just got a new temporary phone and forgot to set my alarms. Yeah. So obviously I wasn't awake.
Sure.
And across the team,
and I panicked that morning.
Across the team, that's how we are as well. It's a case of, You know, oh, I've got a doctor's appointment. It's the only one I could get. Fine, get yourself off. I'm going on holiday on Saturday, and it's the only time I could fit in to get my eyelashes done. Fine, get yourself there. Now, not at the expense of.
That is word for word what Michelle said.
Not
Wait, what?
we shall not name names.
Bad Michelle. I'm going on holiday.
Within the team. We shall not name names. And now we would never, obviously, do that at the expense of missing a client session or anything like that. But we understand that people have got lives. We're quite flexible as well with our clients. When it comes to rearranging sessions, we try to be anyway. I know we have to be quite rigid to fit people in, but that is how it is. So going back to your point, you found the whole experience of joining Stride and being a neurodivergent person quite a positive experience.
A very positive experience. I was gonna say so far, like you've got this like villain arc planned, but
So far,
yeah, it's been out so far. Yeah, they're like the Batman newspaper spin reel.
yeah.
Um,
He's in Venice.
Yeah, no, and like when you were saying before about other jobs that you've had where you've got there late because of like a bus delay. How many, like in the few shifts I've worked so far, I think like 2 times that I've come in, I've been like, right.
I've got this villain arc thing. By the way, sorry.
I've said that like not the buses are on time. I just stayed on them for too long and missed my stop to get the train, or I got off too early and then wouldn't make the walk to the train station in time. And that's no fault of the bus, that's a fault of me. And I really like beat myself up as to, it's because I've got a brain injury. But you're never on time for anything. You're still the villain arc. Yeah.
I'm still, I'm never on time for anything. And it's like, you had obviously that issue getting in on one of the shifts that you were coming through, and it was just like, it's fine.
Yeah, and
I think the first thing I said, well, first just relax. You're like, I am relaxed. I'm like, fine. I'm glad.
That's what he said to me. That's the exact same thing he said to me that day.
First breathe.
When I rang him, he was like, relax.
First breathe, and then let's just think about what to do next. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. And in terms of pay and things like that, you're still going to get paid for the full day. It's like you're still going to get the same level of work. And this is what I don't understand about sometimes the way that I'm not really
What a great employer! Wow.
I know. No, I'm not even going to point to. I'm not even going to say, other employers are bad or anything like that. I'm just going to say that obviously across the board, I understand that there's an expectation to be on time, and and that's absolutely fine. But I also think there needs to be.
But I personally don't believe in it.
No,
I'm never on time.
I'm not even saying that every company should be like us. I understand we are quite we are different in terms of we are a neuro-inclusive company. We are all a bit we're all a bit different, aren't we? We're all just a bit. Our team wouldn't work if everybody had to be in at the same time and everybody had lunch at the same time. And
if it was like a very corporate, very rigid,
it wouldn't work for us. It just wouldn't work for us, and that's like you've got to do. I think in the business world, you've absolutely got to do what is going to work for you as a company, and how we operate is at the moment absolutely what works for us. And there is structure to our chaos, and we have set meetings on set days and things like that. But overall, I think it is made in a way that does. Well, I think it causes for us creativity, which is in our industry what we need.
Yeah,
we need creativity.
It's not keeping everybody. Again, we're saying like rigid and like very like over structured with a day. Like you can breathe, and I think it's at that point that you're going to get the best out of people in not just like creativity, but like when they, let's say they're delayed in starting a task, when they get around to doing it, they'll do it better than they would have if they'd been like, no, I need to do it right now and like lock in type thing.
Exactly.
It's like, it wouldn't be authentic type thing. And and that's what I want to reflect on the socials over the coming months type thing.
Okay, I'm going to do it as like a bit of a A-B thing in terms of how we're going to do this. So, Shez,
Oh no.
again, we're on the question of neurodiversity and how that has really shaped you in the workplace and as a worker. How has that been for you as a team member of Stride? What kind of adjustments do you think we've had to make specifically in the workplace? I guess anything else. Just tell me about what it's been like as a neurodivergent person in this job specifically.
This job specific.
Yes, yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about like you run up to that and where it's either been good or not been so good in the past, but don't obviously name specifically, then
yes, you.
then you can. I know you obviously were starting to allude to some of that stuff earlier. Go ahead.
Well, it was when I was at school. We did like work experience, and it was in actually one of my mum's friends. I don't know how to describe it. Like they made like T-shirts and stuff, like the art that goes on them.
Oh, okay. So the illustrators.
Like a print.
Like a print
yeah.
shop.
Yeah, perfect.
It's not open anymore, sadly.
Was it like screen printing?
Yeah, like so you went on, you like made the design, and then like I had to like stick the design on the shirt and like
Heat press it.
and then I had to like peel off like the bits that wasn't supposed to be on it.
Yeah.
And
that was your
that
first
was
job.
my first job experience. That went pretty well. I did that actually twice because at school we did work experience twice. They wanted me to go and work at Tesco's, and my mum was like, "No, I don't want my son to go and work at Tesco's and putting stuff on shelf."
I went to Wilco's.
We all got to pick our own, but there was like, but they kind of like pushed us to do certain things, and like I don't really want to be going to Tesco's and putting stuff on shelf. That's a bit boring.
I mean, so it's so funny. Like I remember this. I remember I got my work experience at a jeweler's in Thorn, but I turned it down because I wanted to get on the bus and go to town with everyone in the morning who've got jobs in town. So I ended up getting a job at Wilco's.
Did you have work experience? Because we went to the same sixth form. Did you have like that work experience on a Wednesday afternoon? Or was you one of these that just said you had it and went home?
Oh no! It was meant to be 2 weeks of a term, so it was in school time.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks of a term, but I'm sure even with that, I got to like day 5 and I was like.
So you're on about year 11.
Yes. Yeah.
So did you know that in sixth form there was an option to leave on a Wednesday afternoon at like 2:00 and go and volunteer somewhere?
No, I didn't know this. So
Yeah,
I did AS level, so I didn't do A level. So I only did 1 year of sixth form.
It was for the first year and the second year.
As if.
So
I mean, I probably knew that.
There was the option to do either work experience or it was like extracurriculum PE or I think it was like there was like almost like a life studies type class at the same time.
Right.
Like all it was on a Wednesday afternoon.
As if. I mean, I probably did know this, but I don't know.
I volunteered at Autism Plus. That was what I did. Yeah, in Thorn.
They got a taste for it.
Just got. What's that term that people are using these days? Neurospicy.
I've never heard that.
You've never heard
Neurospicy.
Neurospicy. Yeah, people are like,
What's that?
Oh, they're a little bit neurospicy. It's like.
Maybe
like neurodiverse.
Do you know what? I don't know
addicted.
because like neurotypical people use it all the time, and what's that other word that people say? Oh, I've got a bit of the tism.
Oh, that's cancelling. Sure, cancel.
Yeah, that's cancel
that's
culture.
not
Don't
something
say
that I say. That is something that I've heard other people say.
So what I've heard you say.
I've
all the
only
time,
heard you
actually.
say that, and me. Once.
I've,
To be fair, I have
Cancel
said
him,
that.
get him.
I've said I've got the tism.
I've also heard people. Yeah, I've got to say, I've heard people with autism genuinely say that I've got a bit of the tism. Like,
Yeah, but we're allowed to say that.
yeah, exactly.
We can't cancel ourselves.
No, but I wasn't saying that's something that I use. I was saying that's something that I've heard other people use,
Okay.
including people that don't have autism.
Well, then they need to shut up.
Yes, and I've told them that they should not be saying that. I agree with you.
Don't get me started.
Don't.
Do not
I
get me
will
started.
start a fight.
Yeah.
Only
Or
I
what-
can say the tism.
Or everybody's favourite. We're all a little bit autistic,
Oh, no.
or we're all on the spectrum somewhere.
Yeah, no.
No.
It's like how.
Stop trying to say you know how I feel.
It's like so.
No, that is what
ignorantly-
people say, isn't it?
It's so
That's what I'm
ignorantly
saying.
like
They need to.
it's so invalidating. Like
Well,
to
yeah.
like to make so light of what people don't see every day type thing is. Yeah. Hella
It
invalidating.
completely minimizes what somebody with autism is going through.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? I used to say it like back in the day. It's something that I used to say. We're all on the spectrum somewhere. It's do you know when I was first like sort of
Bad Logan.
getting into this kind of industry and starting to. Do you know? You almost say it as a way to like. You're trying to get down with the kids a bit by saying it.
I can
Do,
understand.
do you know what I mean? You're
I can
almost
understand
trying.
where you're coming
When you don't know that much about it, I can see why you say it because you're trying to.
from. Oh
you're
no,
trying
I'm just
to,
yeah.
You're trying
like,
to relate, like,
Yeah.
I'm just a kid, just like you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's. And I'm not.
I get
By
what
the
you
way, I'm not saying that people with autism are like kids. It's just. I mean, that's a really bad example, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I kind of see why people say it, but it's not. Yeah, it's not. If you're watching this video,
Cancel him.
we're not
Cancel him.
all on the spectrum
Cancel
somewhere.
him. Cancel him now.
If you're watching this video, we're not all on the spectrum somewhere.
Cancel Logan. Cancel culture.
We're not all a bit neurospicy. We don't all have a bit of the autism. These are not things that we're allowed to say. Unless, of course, you do happen to be neurodivergent or have autism. Is that all right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but what if they say it in a song though? Can I say it then?
In a song?
In a song.
Everything's fine in a song.
Right.
What? No.
Very good. Very good.
Everything's fine in a
Uno
song.
reversed. Right.
Or
very
if it's
good.
a joke, if it's comedy, that's allowed.
Cancel him.
It's allowed if it's in comedy.
It's allowed if it's in comedy, of course, yeah. And as a neurotypical, I'm allowed to say that.
And you should listen to me.
No. Guys, let's just forget everything I've just said for the last 5 minutes.
They're going to have to edit this out.
This is for neurodivergent people. Stride is for neurodivergent people. Thank you.
I love how he looks directly at the camera
Okay,
while
so
saying it.
Stride
is for you.
We've gone off on a massive tangent again. Shez, going back to your story. So that was your first job.
Yes.
Then what? What happened?
Then I went and did life skills at college, did a media course. Like there was media in that. And while doing that, because I got really into like the media aspect, I went to work for a company that does like built computers and stuff like that. And then went on to do a media course, which I left the media course for 2 reasons. But one of the reasons was I was basically doing the same thing as I was doing at the job.
Right. Okay.
And they offered me like a more, I wouldn't say full-time job, but they offered me a more permanent.
More structured. More.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So like I was like, well, I may as well go and do that
Yeah.
because I'd literally caught up on everything at college. Because obviously I'd already knew how to do it. Like we were building computers at college, and like I was done. I had like free time for like a full 2 weeks because I'd already caught up because obviously I was doing it at the job at the time. Then I left there, worked somewhere else, did video editing
yeah.
for there and filming because again I'd done this on my media course at college. I then left there, went and worked at a club in town. I'm trying not to name names.
No, it's look. It's not that you can't say where you've worked. Like that's fine. I would just say try and be careful if you're not going to be talking about them in the most positive light. Because we're not trying to.
If you look back on them fondly, then by all means let the name fly. But if you're gonna drag it, then
Yeah. Let's just try and keep the name out of.
No, so I left there, went and worked in a club in town for 3 years, and then decided I wanted something to do with media again. I left there for other reasons as well, but and then met Logan. He got me a job somewhere else, and then
Can I interject with something?
Go on.
So, I know there's more to all of that.
Go on.
I know that there's certain reasons why certain jobs didn't go to plan. In some cases, through circumstances that were out of your control. In most of them, circumstances that, in a way, were out of your control. But I know, in certain roles, there were, there were times you were going through things, weren't there, in life that caused a little bit of a breakdown of how you was able to act in those roles.
which happens to the best of us.
I know which one he's on about as well.
Yeah, and I think. What would you talk about the journey that you've been on in terms of how you've grown from that kind of an experience? If you're happy to talk about that.
What do you mean?
Well, because I think you've grown and matured as a person throughout your working life. So, I guess, I suppose from then to now, what is the difference in terms of how you are? Are you more? I'm not going to put words in your mouth. Go on. How would you describe yourself then?
Is that
how
what
would
we're
you
saying?
describe yourself now?
Or he's saying I'm more behaved?
No, more so like, how would you describe yourself now? Like,
I'd say I'm more behaved.
yeah, how would you would you describe it as growth? And if so, like, how would you describe that type of thing?
Behaved sounds quite juvenile, doesn't it? It sounds like
Like I was naughty boy.
it sounds like you're still a child in school, and you're not. You're an adult. You're in the world of work.
Yeah.
So, how have you
maybe matured a bit more?
matured? Okay.
I still feel like that sounds the same.
Well, what does
No, I'm
matured
saying
mean?
it.
What does matured mean? What's a mature person?
I shouldn't have said that because now I know.
No,
No,
I mean,
that's that, and now I don't know.
Yeah, but like, what does it mean to you? Like, when you say that you've matured, like, how?
Like I feel like I've grown up a lot.
And for me, when you talk about maturity, I don't want to take all the credit and say you've done a lot of your maturing while you've been with us. But certainly from what I've seen is from a professional side and what I've heard about how you've done from a life point of view, I think you've done a hell of a lot of growing up, if you like, if that's the terminology you choose to use, over the last couple of years while you've been with us. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
No, why would you say that?
What do you mean? Why would you say that? It's a
It's a podcast.
It's a question.
Forgot what I was gonna say. I had it on my mind then. No, I'd agree with the growing up. Yeah, that's how I would choose to word it.
Yeah. But I feel like I really hate putting words in people's mouth. Do you think my description of
No,
how
I
that's
agree with your
looked-
description.
Yeah. But I think that probably started because I've only seen this segment of time from the last couple of years, that chunk of time. But before that, you will have probably done a big chunk of that maturing and
Yeah,
developing
I'll
before we
agree
was
with
even
that as
on
well.
the scenes. So and I think that's I think you only really hit the tip of the iceberg of what your potential is. I think Miles joining the team is gonna get a lot of that out of
Miles
you
is great.
moving forward. Good.
Well, I think you should.
I'm glad you think that. You heard it here.
You know,
folks.
you know
Miles is
me.
great.
If I thought Miles was horrible, I'd tell you.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I'd tell you right here.
I knew. I knew you'd like Miles. I knew you would.
I'd be like, he's horrible. I hate him. Get rid.
I,
Find someone else.
I knew you'd like him. So I feel like we've done a good chunk of talking there about neurodiversity and how that's affected you guys personally, and your own experiences. Now, I think there's a lot of one topic I will just talk about before we move on to the next part with neurodiversity is fear around talking. Now, I'm somebody that I think I'm really putting myself in the crosshairs as somebody that's not officially, I'm not diagnosed with anything. Even if I class myself as having ADHD, that's quite loose, and I don't know for sure.
Sure.
And it's sort of just going from my own experiences with
Others.
with neurodivergence and just seeing what that is, and through my degree in psychology and through everything I've learned following then in my professional world of work, if you like.
Yeah.
That's before, during my time.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
talking about what allows me to. Okay, so I'm putting myself in the crosshairs.
Yes.
And,
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by the crosshairs?
fear. So let me explain. So the reason I'm sort of saying that I would I'm putting myself in the crosshairs a little bit as somebody that's not officially diagnosed as being neurodivergent. I don't officially have ADHD, even if I feel like I do.
Yeah. Sure.
I think some people would maybe take a little bit of defense at that. And sometimes that can make me feel a little bit like I don't know, like in a situation like this, I've got two people that are neurodivergent. You've had it.
I feel weird saying neurodivergent a lot of the time out of risk of invalidating somebody who's struggled with this a lot longer than I have.
Yeah.
Because I've only been neurodivergent since last January, and I don't know, even still, what that means to me means something entirely different to you and Harry, and it's so yeah, it's I get where you're coming from, but yeah.
So I guess the point that I'm making is, as somebody that's neurotypical or is neurodivergent but isn't officially neurodivergent, I understand all too well the fear associated with talking about certain topics to do with neurodivergence. Am I going to say the right or the wrong thing?
Yeah.
I'm putting myself in the public eye when I'm doing any talks in front of people, do training on neurodiversity and all this. What if I use the wrong terminology or something? So this week somebody decided they don't like this turn of phrases anymore. So am I going to use that by accident and upset somebody? That's a real thing. So as an employer who we're often trying to aim our stuff towards, our social media, our services in general, that might be neurotypical, how could we expect them to... How can we help them to not be scared of doing the wrong thing when it comes to inclusion?
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a massive question.
I know, and I think this is what I mean. I'd like to just quickly, maybe we give this its own video, but I would like to just
dip his toe in the water of.
Let's just quickly cover a few just things to do with that. How do we make, and then just bouncing off the back of that, what adjustments could employers make and things like that. What adjustments could employers make, and how could we be a little bit more inclusive for neurodivergent people specifically. And then we'll go on to what our plan is just with our socials over the next year, what kind of fun stuff we might be doing, what people can expect to see.
Yeah, sure.
Who would like to start on that subject? How do we get rid of that fear?
I'll
The fear
take-
of saying
I'll
the
let
wrong
Harry
thing.
take
Damn it!
I'll let Harry take
Why?
on this one.
Go on, Chess.
Oh, I said Harry. I'm so sorry.
Did you just call me
Yeah.
Harry?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how we get rid
I
of
did,
fear.
didn't I?
To be fair, if Harry was here, he would say,
He would have said something.
he would have said, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean fear about saying something? Because he has no fear of saying anything. That man has no filter. He's dangerous. He's like, his mouth is like a weapon.
He's on the street.
I suppose we love him for it, but my God, we need.
He's feared.
You just occasionally need a mute button for him, but he's amazing. Yeah. So sorry, going.
I said it to him in spirit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. That's it. Shez, would you like to answer that question? How do you think, as an employer, how do you think we can be less scared? How can we be less scared of saying the wrong thing and doing the wrong thing when it comes to inclusive hiring, neurodivergent people, that type of thing? Even if it's just something really simple, is there anything that we can do?
Be more like Logan.
I get it wrong. That's what I mean. I mean, I'm putting myself right in the public eye and doing it. And I'm throwing myself out there, like saying, we help neurodivergent people.
And like you say, like the landscape
Yeah.
surrounding like what is considered politically correct terminology changes, and you're at the risk of being on the front line of being the face of a neurodivergent charity.
I'd say be more understanding.
Yeah. Understanding of like differences with
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Cause some what was that look for? He gave me a right look.
It was funny.
I just find the whole.
That wasn't aimed at you.
Just be more understanding. Oh,
Oh, just be sound.
just be,
I wasn't even aimed at you.
Fine,
And he just
Shez.
gave me a
Shots
glare.
fired. I need to
He
be more-
gave me a right glare.
shots fired.
Just be sound.
I need to be more
Like-
understanding. Fine.
No, that wasn't even aimed at
Fine,
you.
go on. Give something else that employers should do to be less scared. Just be more understanding.
No, of understanding other people's conditions and like when people are late, like be more understanding of why they might be late, what might have happened.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Would either you be scared to? Would either if somebody did say the wrong thing, but it was an obvious mistake, would you take offence, or would you quite happily point it out to them and help educate them?
I'd just correct them. I mean, if it was like a
I don't know.
recurring thing,
I suppose it depends what it was.
Well, I suppose you've got to give somebody an opportunity. Have you got to give somebody an opportunity to learn, or should they
Well,
just
yeah,
innately
yeah.
know what is right and wrong?
you do have to give you do have to give people the time and space to learn, but it comes at the crossroad of you've got to the same point in time as they have, and you know.
Yeah.
So how come they don't know? So like it's kind of a case of it's annoying that they don't know, but you can't let that completely mar any sort of
you've got to-
opportunity to grow. Yeah,
Because like in Donny, as much as like this shouldn't necessarily be an excuse, people are quite. They come from families where a lot of the time people have never really left Donny. They only really know what they know. I know we live in a big wide world now with social media and internet. Of course we do.
Yeah.
But there are some what you might class as ignorant viewpoints in Doncaster, especially in some probably quite male dominated industries in Doncaster. You know, we see it from an employment point of view, where we would say that, you know, as long as they're open to learning, for example, they're open to having our neurodiversity training, and they're open to implementing those things within the team, that's fine. Like, that's an open place for growth. That's like them coming to you saying, look, we don't know enough. We're not doing enough. We need to know more. Like, is that okay? Or do we say, like, oh, no, you should have known. You should have known at this point. And this is a valid question.
I'd say that's fine.
I'd say it's valid. I'd say it's, I mean,
at least they're coming into
exactly that.
us or someone else and being like, look, I don't understand this enough.
If they were,
Can you teach me?
yeah, if they were,
They're not just being
carried on.
ignorant about it and being like, well, I don't know nothing about it, so I don't want anything to do with
Yeah,
it.
so that's it. Yeah, like that's
I'd rather than be like, look, I
Yeah.
want to know about it, rather than go,
rather than be
I don't
too
want
scared
anything to do with it.
Yeah, to
Stay away.
Yeah. I mean, this is like podcast aside a second. This is important for me to know because obviously I'm you know, often our team is knocking on employers' doors and offering our training. We're delivering it, and you know, really, that is on behalf of or shaped by the views of neurodivergent people. So, you know, we need to get that right, and we need to, I suppose, like, you know, when do we say to an employer, actually, like, it's not okay that you don't know that? Or do we always say that? Do we say it's actually not all right that you don't know this stuff, but we are going to help you learn it?
But we are going to bill you for it.
We're going to help you, but you owe us like 150 quid.
You owe me $100 million. No, but look, I think we do live in an evolving climate. I think Donny is a bit behind the times when it comes to that kind of stuff. I think if we've got people out there that are willing to learn, they're willing to be part of the problem. Part of the solution, not the problem. That's good, isn't it?
That's good.
Would you agree? Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, and I suppose, is it like,
At least they're not being ignorant about the situation.
Yeah.
especially as representatives of Stride, do we think actually I'm going to use this as an opportunity to, like, to educate on what's not just on, you know, on what Stride's about and on what neurodivergent people, what being neurodivergent is about.
I think that just to embellish on that, I think in the short amount of time that I've been with Stride, it's made me a bit more patient with myself, with my degree of neurodivergency, with those around me, because a lot of my friends are on some various scale of neurodivergency or varying form of neurodiversion. It's made me a lot more patient with them, and just I don't know, it's made me actually just take a bit of a step back and see the wood for the trees as to a lot of people have got so much going on that you can't necessarily see, and a lot of people are doing so much to do what you find so easy to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's it's just be more, like you're saying, be more understanding, just be more patient.
Yeah.
Empathy goes a long way, and just give it that bit of patience and compassion at something that you can't necessarily see or understand. If you're prepared to learn, then that's amazing. And who would want to chastise someone if they wanted to learn, when I can find myself sort of crying out as to why don't people get it? So yeah, I don't think I could take offence to anybody saying that they want to do better.
Yeah, they'd like to do better. Yeah, yeah. And I think slowly but surely, and it is slowly, but it is surely.
If they're willing, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not resistant to change.
Yeah. I do think at some stage in the future, I'd like to think that, work in Doncaster, in fact, work in the UK, will get to the point where it is where it needs to be in terms of not just neurodivergence, but inclusivity as a whole.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
I'd like to think that Stride will have a big part of that. I think it starts with having these types of conversations, and I
Yeah.
think this will be a theme for our social media as a whole moving forward.
Yeah, and letting it be a place for like safe, open discussion,
Yeah,
And unfiltered, not in the worst way, but in like just the you're gonna call a spade type thing.
Yeah,
Let it be a platform that
Yeah.
encourages discussion.
I'd say as well for anybody like that might be listening on these podcasts or, want to say anything about this stuff today. Somebody might disagree with any of the points that we've mentioned. I think that's absolutely acceptable. I think if it's like a genuine, grievance or anything like that about anything to do with Stride, such as our services, get in touch with us directly, follow the appropriate channels. But if people want to respond to our socials and have at it with us, and sort of,
I will debate you
come
online.
on, have at it, everyone. Have at it. Look,
Go and get it.
I am in a position where I am, like I say, to an extent, putting myself in line for some debate, and I think that we all are really, because neurodivergence, as much as it shouldn't be, is a
It's only so recently been so widely, openly discussed. Still stigmatized, but it is, and of all times in history, now becoming, or we're edging towards it being that bit more demystified type thing.
Yeah, which I think is really positive. So that's good. So I guess really with that said, I'm not really going to do much talking for the rest of it. I keep saying that, but I do end up talking a lot.
We went on a break.
Um,
You said that, and you've
With
talked
that
about
said,
loads.
what can the people that might be listening to this video today, what can they expect from the social
From the
media
socials
team?
coming forward.
A lot. A lot
yeah,
more.
Yeah,
A lot
more than what it is currently. I mean, as
We
I've referenced just there with demystifying, maybe just debunking myths, or really just outlining some success stories of service users of Stride. So like actual people's like real life examples of differences we've made.
Yeah.
Type thing. Yeah. Have you got anything to add?
Well, you're the one that's been doing the roadmap.
I've been doing the roadmap. We have been doing the roadmap too.
Yes, you should have played. You should have been a professional tennis player.
Well,
You're really good at returning the question. What do you? You've spoke about bits of the roadmap, haven't you?
yeah, I have
So-
seen it.
So what are you excited about from what you've seen?
I'm excited about the fun stuff.
Okay.
But that, because like I have said in the past, I think we do need to do some more. I was going to say less serious stuff.
Just more.
Still,
more,
still serious to an
More
extent, but not
via
as
silly.
serious.
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
a little silly.
A little bit
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah.
We mentioned about, and I think
That
this
feels
was
very much me.
this was a tip from Seven Studios, using the pink elephant approach. I mean,
Yes.
let's get people talking. Let's do something that's outrageous.
Yeah.
I asked what that was, didn't I?
We want Stride.
I still don't get it.
we want Stride social channels, our digital presence, to be somewhere that's fun, somewhere that talks about a topic that should be taken seriously in a way that's accessible and fun for neurodivergent people of all different abilities.
And a place for neurotypical people to learn and to
Exactly that.
discuss. Yeah.
Exactly that. A place that brings people together.
Yeah.
Right. Should that be the vision for the next year?
Yeah. It's a space. It's a space for neurodivergent people to be seen and heard, and for anybody that is less informed, it's a safe place to learn.
Yeah. Is there any specific areas that are currently in our social channels that you think we could develop further, level up?
I was going to say communication to others.
Communication to others. Oh, is that on me reminding?
No.
to take-
No, I
jump
feel
to
like we
the-
need to communicate a bit more to like other people.
do you
Maybe
mean?
like ask questions more.
Yeah, like across the company type thing. Is to,
Like, I feel like we're posting a lot to do with stuff, but not asking like other people's opinions. I do think we need to. Do you get what I mean? Like,
asking other people's opinions on like on like what topics.
like in general, like what other people think.
Yeah.
Like what other neurodivergent people
So getting
think.
people talking. Is
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
what you're saying. Getting
I like
people
that.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
other people involved.
Yeah.
Instead of
get-
us just being
We'll
like,
go on
here's
to
the
that.
facts.
Well, shall we give them a little taster of what we've got planned for the next for the next video?
we got cooking up.
Miles,
Slideshow.
you know quite well the plan. What we've got for the 17th of this month on the
Yeah,
streets. In
we
Donny.
are going out onto the streets of Doncaster, and we're going to ask people,
Ooh.
what do they reckon? Like, what do they know?
What
Yeah.
day is this on?
What's neurodivergence?
What in it? Who does he play for?
Who does he play for?
Yeah. What do you know?
Yeah.
Excuse me, am I involved in this?
Who do you think is going to be holding the camera?
Wow, thanks.
Very important role. Very important role.
Excuse me, no.
Of course you're going to be
Don't
involved.
happen.
You're going to be with us.
Harry can hold the camera.
We're going to
That's
be
his
taking
job.
turns asking people.
Yeah, we are going to take it to asking people, but
I'd like to be involved in that. That sounds really fun.
it'll be a good laugh. Yeah.
We will obviously we'll talk about it offset as well because
Yeah, yeah.
there are obviously some safety concerns and things like that around. We will be talking to. It'll be very raw, just asking people in the street about neurodivergence.
Mm.
You know, so that'll be.
And it will be in Doncaster.
It will be Doncaster. Doncaster is not always. Doncaster town centre is not always the
City centre.
City centre, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Put some respect on it.
it's not always the most welcoming. I think it can be.
What do you mean?
We'll see.
I do like it, but it's it's a controversial. It's not a controversial topic. It shouldn't be, but it's, in Donny, it's people are a little bit. Let's not talk about Donny anymore.
Let's not criticise that.
It's a local place for local people.
Let's wrap it up there. I think we've got some exciting stuff coming. I think the next year is going to be just more of that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously there'll be the natural advertisements to our services, things like that.
Always.
Of course, they are our core services, but we are going to be showing social media as its own product, including
What's and all.
a full range of videos on YouTube, a particular series on neurodivergence in the workplace, and let's just showcase what we're getting up to at Stride. There'll be more behind the scenes stuff, stories on the socials. I'm really looking forward to seeing more
Yeah,
about
it's exciting.
what you do over the next year or so.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Let's have it.
Especially about the fun stuff.
Yeah.
The funny, silly stuff.
The funny, silly stuff. The pink elephants.
That's a wrap.
Pink
Can we say
elephant.
Team Stride?
Team Stride.
Team Stride.
Team Stride.
Team Stride.